Good morning, Kay. You're silenced and dark. There you are. Good morning. Can't hear you. Can only see you. Morning, Craig. Still can't hear you, Kay. Can't hear Craig either. I can talk smack about you both, and you can't talk back.
Okay, I'm off mute.
There you go.
We've been passing a virus around our house. So grandma hasn't felt good. I've had 2 sick kids, but everybody's back in school. So that's my good news.
You can tell a parent when their good news is right out of the gate. Kids just went back to school. Oh my gosh, it sucks having something. It really does.
Well, it was, we had my grandkids come over and my oldest granddaughter, they thought she had a sinus infection.
Mm-hmm.
And now everybody has a low-grade fever and a runny nose and a tummy ache. So
Clearly that's sinus infection.
yeah, but when you throw up, I don't know. So I kept her home from school one day.
Mhm.
Every day it's something new. So I don't know.
One time my kids, one kid got, oh, I don't know. It seemed like they shared things, like one would get measles and then, or whatever, and then the other one would get it, or chicken pox, then the other one would get it. But
Yeah.
one time both of my kids came down with this thing where they were in a rash, but what it was, their cheeks were flame red. They had a temperature and their cheeks were flame red. And it was the weirdest thing. So I took them to the doctor and I'm like, what is this? And the doctor said, it's fifth disease. And I'm like, and what is fifth disease? And they said, basically there's 4 different things that give you a rash, like measles and chickenpox, and this is the 5th one. So the name is actually fifth disease. I was like, okay, so what's the deal? And they said, highly contagious, cannot be around pregnant people. And I'm like, great, their teacher pregnant. And I'm
Oh,
like,
Lord.
so I kept them out of school. And the only real thing is they're not really sure what it does to pregnant women, but for kids, it just gives them these bright red cheeks. It looks like they've been slapped, and it, and then they have a temperature. So we went to the school play, like the spring play or whatever, after the kids were better. And when I looked out at all those little kids in the play, all of them bright red cheeks, like flame red. And I'm like, oh, and nobody, I mean, I kept my kids out of school, but apparently nobody else did. Nobody knew what the heck it was. So anyway, all right. Let's get more good news. Mine is, I'm going to build a sales funnel. I've been looking at different avenues on how to do it. I finally got fed up. I was talking to some people, do I cobble it together? And the people that I talked to were like, no, do not do that. You'll spend forever cobbling it. It's a mess, da, 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 da. And so I called up David last night and I'm like, here's what I want on the team. I'm like, here's what I want to do. You're like my tech go-to guy. And he's like, I will totally hook you up. So David's hooking me up with Go High Level, which I already did the research on, and then I found a person to build it out. And now it's just the research on the actual building out of the funnel. So that's something that we're putting into place. And I'm like, woo woo. So, all right, Liz says she's just able to listen this morning. Let's hear some more good news. Craig, you've jumped in about 14 times. That's good news. What you got, honey? Can't hear you. Maybe Craig can't hear us. All right, Bree's home, so let's get Bree. What you got?
Have a walkthrough tomorrow
Nice.
and another closing on Friday.
Wow, go girl.
Yes, exactly. Very nice. I love it. You're in my downline. When you have closings, it's a happy day for me too.
Right.
Awesome sauce. All right, Craig, Laura, what do you guys got?
I have a meeting with my buyer who just kind of needed more time to get her, to get her everything in order today, to try and see how we can problem solve going to like the whole previewing homes finally.
Cool.
So, yeah. So mainly thing is her debt to income ratio that she needs to kind of, like work on. So Madupe gave me a referral for a lender that may be able to help her, and then maybe like a credit specialist as well.
And if you need help, we might could get some private money for you. So don't let that stop you.
Thank you, Kay.
And Kay just said something. She said Mike could. Craig can't get his sound to work. Okay, we'll make up Craig's good news.
Can get.
No, I love Mike Could because now I live in the South and I catch myself saying it once in a while. And my husband laughs his butt off because I used to laugh at our friend Kevin, who would say Mike Could. He says Mike Could all the time. Mike Could, Mike should. And now I'm like Mike Could, and I'm like, oh my God, I live here now. All right. So Craig, well, Craig's trying to figure out his stuff. All right. So let's hear some challenges, y'all. What you guys got?
Well, my buyer on Branch Craig didn't get any offers we had like, I went round and round with him yesterday. I finally got real mad at him and I just said, do you want to sell your house? I said, if you do, you have got to get your wife to let people in to see it. I cannot sell it if they cannot see it. But she was like, I had this one lady that came and rescheduled and did all that. Anyway, bottom line is I got him to drop his price another $30,000. So it should sell
Nice. So what are you sitting at now?
420.
Nice. Very nice. Congratulations. So you were at 450 and you're down. Okay, you have a whole new group of people.
That's what I
Way
thought.
cool. Yep, a whole new group. Nice job.
So
All
I'm
right.
going to try and put something on the sign that says reduced and see if I can get some drive-through traffic as well. But I got to go to the sign company and see if I can get a quick sticker or something to make and put on another sign and do that. So I'm going to drive out there. It's way far out on the south side of town.
Mhm.
But I'm going to get it done today and then I go on my girls' weekend. So you may or may not see me tomorrow. I'll
Where's
try.
your girls' weekend gonna be?
We go to Ruidoso, New Mexico. There's 11 this year of my high school girlfriends that we have
Wow.
been getting together for over 20 years. Since our 50th reunion, we've been getting together.
Wow. That's amazing. How cool is that?
Yeah, it's fun. We look forward to it every year.
That's way cool. That is way cool. I don't even know if I know any girls from my high school still. One girl I know, but I've moved so many times all over the place and lost track of pretty much everybody. I know a guy that I went to school with. That's about it.
The guys are dying, but the girls are still going strong.
That's what we do. Craig.
There he is.
Hey, I had to get on my
Good.
computer. My phone is not letting me, I couldn't hear anything with my phone for some reason.
We talked all kinds of smack about you.
Really? Can't get right, huh?
That's right. So what you got good news, darling?
Good news is, so I connected with a builder yesterday. And he doesn't build traditional houses. He builds metal homes. They use metal structures.
Like shipping container homes or just something completely different or modern?
They're made out
Yeah.
of steel. We have one
That's
going
right.
up.
Okay, yeah. So
They're all steel. It's a huge, highly expensive one going up in the neighborhood beside me. I bet it's a $5 million house.
oh wow. Yeah,
All
so
steel.
this is what he does. So he actually builds houses, commercial, churches, tiny homes, and
Wow.
barn dominiums.
Oh,
Yeah. So connected with him yesterday. He actually sent me a connection on LinkedIn, and he's in the same town I am. So I immediately got back with him and shared my number, and we connected yesterday and talked. And I mean, just very interesting. And he says, "You work for EXP?" I was like, "Yeah." He says, "I used to be an EXP agent in Texas."
all right. What's his name?
One, I can't think of his last name. First
Okay.
name is Juan. But anyway, started talking to him and everything. I like what he was saying. And so he told me he would send me over some paperwork. I sign the paperwork. I get sign up for him to compensate me whenever I send someone over. So not only would I get compensated for the sale, when they buy the plan, I can get $500 to $1,000. Once they go to the engineer, I get paid again. And then once they start the build, I would get paid then instead of having to wait up front to get my commission.
Right.
Yeah, so it
Wow.
sounds very interesting. So I'm supposed to stop by and actually talk to him one day I like this plan, everything he has, they build in all 50 states. Yeah, so
Okay, okay. Does he want to be an agent again?
I'm not sure. We can see.
Because here's the deal, if he was, he's got access to agents in a team in 26 of the 50 states, pushing to get into all 50 of the states.
Gotcha. So I already talked to him about Gary and the podcast and the team meeting.
Mhm.
So he wants to meet Gary. I'm gonna connect the two, and I'm sure that Gary can explain a lot more to him as well. So good connection so far.
That's a very good one. I love thinking outside the box with things like that. Like, I met a couple of they're tech guys and they're building out some really cool tech. And I'm like, you need to be EXP agents. One guy is an agent. I'm like, you need to be EXP agents. They're building it out for agents. I'm like, you need to go through this. And they're like, well, we want to do, and we're like, no, you don't understand. We're like the tech company. You need to be over here doing this. So I've met with them, just me, and then Gary and I, and then Gary and I again, and then we're meeting again. And now they're starting to finally see the big picture on that end of it. Because I have clarity around, like, I'm like, they were talking like, we have this model and that model and this model and that model. And they listed like 5 and I've got, well, you got 2 more that you don't know about. And what are you going to do? Like, you all need to figure out which direction you want to go with this thing. You can't build out 8 business models at once. You can't build out 1, maybe 2, launch it, and then build out the rest on top and, add it in. Anyway, it's interesting when you start thinking outside of the box about the fact that we've got 100 agents and a team of, I don't know, 8,000 or a line of 8 or 12,000 or whatever it is in our line. A company of 85,000 across the nation. Across the world, actually, but across the nation. So very cool. Very, very, very cool. All right. So challenge. Who's got challenges? I know Kay's heading out. She got her price reduced, but who else has got stuff?
I got one.
What you got?
So I got this lead system, right? I don't even remember. I remember buying it, but I don't remember the name of it or whatever. So I'm starting to get a few leads here and there from it. Supposed to be sellers.
Mm-hmm.
So my dilemma is, what do I say to them when I call? Because I'm not sure where they're coming from. I don't remember the company. I'm just getting these texts with, their information saying that they want to sell and whatever, very limited, basically. So I need some scripts or whatever, what to say to them when I call.
All right. You guys got anything?
There's seller scripts on the webpage.
Mm-hmm.
And depending on what it is, like I signed up for Set Schedule. I hope it's not them because every lead I got were just people searching on the internet and they were no more ready to sell or buy than I don't even respond to them anymore. It's just crap.
I can't remember
what you bought.
Yeah, I can't remember what this platform is, but
I just call them and just say, I'm responding to your email request for more information about, you're selling your house. Why do you want to sell?
Yeah.
It's so hard when you don't have the message going out.
Yeah. And so, and it's like not like Set Schedule where they get a referral fee on the back end. I just basically pay for them to send me referrals.
Well,
hopefully they're better.
Yeah, hopefully.
Wow. You paid on the front. All right.
Yeah.
If I didn't know who it was or what the message was, I think I would call, I would jump onto this as quickly as possible. That's the first thing that I would do to test it out, because if that's just the way internet leads are, you know what I mean? Like the faster the response, the better. And if they're interested in selling, that's better than interested in buying, because it's true. Buyers, Zillow, it was Zillow. Zillow released that the average person that's on their website is not purchasing for 1 to 3 years. And so it's 18 months is what it is. And that's hugely eye-opening because they're selling those leads left and right, and you got to work them for, 18 months on average. So if I had a seller and I didn't know what message was going out, I would probably be, hey, this is Gina. I don't even know. I would test out using their name and test out not using their name.
Okay.
So Laura's got all kinds of stuff going in the text bar here. Also, she's got VAR, mobile library, seller scripts here as well. Okay. So test out using their name and not using their name. And the reason why I say that is because I had the sign writer things for more information about this house, do this, whatever. And if what I found out is people in big city stuff, they were like totally cool with the fact that I knew who they were. Hey, David, it's Gina calling you. They were fine with it. People that are rural, like freaked out, the blank out.
Yeah.
So try, test it both ways. And then I probably would do, hey, I understand you're interested in selling your property. I want to know when, what would my second line be? Hey, I understand you're interested in selling your property. I wanted to talk with you about that. I probably would do something like that. Is now a good time?
Okay.
And I'm just and then I want to get them to talk. And then as soon as I know that I can get them to talk, then I'm going to go, okay, what's the address? What's this? What's that? What's the other? What's your time frame? And then start to qualify them. And then the whole goal is just to set an appointment. When's the best time to get together?
Yep.
Hi, Christopher. Hi. I love little goobers. That's like my favorite age too. And the only other thing I can think of is if you can think of a pattern interrupter or something that you can get people, like if you're hitting a lot of resistance, try a pattern interrupter. I do not know what pattern interrupter I would try, but something that's unusual that catches people's attention that is not your normal. You know what I mean? Those work out really well. Also, like when people would call me on my sign calls, I stole this from, actually it was a KW script that I stole. And I'm like, awesome. I'm like, were you guys interested in, 123 Main Street? Yes. Were you guys going to buy one property or multiple? One. Okay. But it's a pattern interrupt. They're not getting it,
Yeah.
So cool problem.
Yeah, I guess. So hopefully I can convert a few.
When did you purchase the leads out of curiosity? Do you remember when at all? Like how long ago?
It's been a few months ago.
Do you have a credit card receipt maybe for a company?
I'm pretty sure I do.
Okay, because that
Yeah,
might be
yeah.
a way to find out what message they're sending. Because like when I'm calling agents, I know what message they're responding to. Are you tired of the real estate roller coaster? I'm like, hey, my name is Gina Hansen, and is now still a good time to chat? You and I've been texting back and forth about getting off that real estate roller coaster, and then I can go straight into it and connect it in, because half the time they don't know what they responded to.
Mhm.
They really don't.
Yeah.
They're like, wait, who are you? What company? What do you, and I'm like, da, 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 oh, hang on, and I got to connect it in. So I'm not seeing anything else there text wise. All right, cool. Yeah. A/B test your stuff and just start watching and see what works the best, and you'll hone it in.
Okay.
What else we got challenge wise? Anything? Going once, going twice. Oh man, it's quiet out there. Okay. Hang on. Bree's not there. Liz is on mute. Kay's going on a weekend where she's not doing anything. Craig's lead generating. Laura. All right. I'm going to circle Bree's back also. Kay, you're going on the weekend, so I get it. Lead gen. Where are we? How many phone calls are happening, or texting, or getting in front of people, or what is going on?
Okay, you talking to everybody or specifically me?
I'll talk to you. You're answering. What you got?
Okay, I am lead generating, more so texting and like following up with people that I know. So I am doing that.
Okay.
I am hearing a lot of like, I just want to wait.
Hang on.
And mortgage rates are too high right now. I'm not in the market. I'm not interested.
Okay, so rates and I want to wait.
Yeah,
Okay, so what you're hearing are objections, right?
exactly.
Bam. And you've heard them more than 3 times.
So here's my challenge. when I hear objections, that shuts me down and I don't try to object the objection.
Exactly. Okay, perfect. This is perfect.
Is it?
When, yes, because whatever message we have that we're putting out there is going to pop up with objections. We never know what they are until we start getting out there and doing it. The next step is being able to handle those objections. I don't even know how much business I lost for 4.5 months because I could not figure out how to handle the objections. And then once I figured out, so I did 4.5 months, Laura, of pure lead generating, 20 actual conversations every single day. So 100 a week, not one appointment because I couldn't handle an objection. And when I could,
Okay.
and when I figured out how to handle an objection and set up a system to be able to deal with it, that changed everything. And I listed 10 houses the next month, 10, because I knew how to handle the objection. So you've got 2 of them that are popping up. I just want to wait. And the rates are too high. So who's got answers or ways to handle? Let's dig into the first one. Let's dig into the rates are too high. Who's got any response into that one? Have you ever thought about buying or selling? I can't, the rates are too high right now.
Maybe something like, but prices are coming down and that can often offset your rate and you can always refinance when rates come down.
There's one. Who else has got something? And we're going to throw some stuff at you and you're going to pick what you like, Laura. And you're going to try test it out. And then you're going to keep on working on some other stuff. Has anyone else got anything to the rates are too high? All right, I'm going to throw some stuff out there.
I have something, like,
What
I
do
don't
you
have something because I don't know what it is, but like, I've been trying to find lenders who have like like, like the at-home partners and all that stuff. But like for first-time home buyers, maybe like a program that I can find them. Like, oh, okay, what about, but I don't have the program.
Okay,
Like, so like a down payment assistance, or we could pay for your closing costs. Maybe that will help buyers be like, oh, okay. But I don't
Perfect.
really know what to do, how.
okay, have you
Maybe
Googled it?
I have Googled, so I have Googled it and I emailed a good like handful of lenders that work with it. And I'm supposed to be talking to a couple of lenders this morning to ask them what their programs are.
And
Perfect.
ask them not only what their programs are, but who they partner with. Because
Okay.
in
Yeah.
Nashville, they partner with nonprofits
Okay.
that, especially like in urban areas where people are being displaced and the gentrification is going on, the nonprofits are helping to get people in homes, and a lot of builders contribute to that nonprofit because it's tax write-off. And then the governments put money into that nonprofit. So you can also call MDHA, that the people that do the subsidized housing, the Section 8. And there's a program to where for every, okay, so your rent is $400 and the market rate is $2,000. So they will put that difference for every month in an escrow account. You take a class, and then when you go to buy the house, you can use that money for closing costs, down payment, appraisal. So I
That's a
have
heck
person
of
that
a deal.
has $30,000 in escrow.
Yeah,
That's
I did that with a client and I Googled affordable housing in my state. And I went ahead and took it was a 2-hour class and got certified as an affordable housing provider with the Texas State Affordable Housing Commission or Corporation or something like that. And that opened up the door to a whole bunch of stuff. And I got their link, and they send you all the links once you're certified. And I got all the links, and now I give the links to my clients and let them apply, or I get their information and I get on the link and I apply in their name. And I got one lady, the maximum you can get is like $31,000. And I got this lady $15,521.
Nice. Hey, Laura, I want to throw another thing at you also. I love all these ideas, by the way. I love them. If someone told me, hey, I can't buy right now because the rates are too high, I'm probably going to toss out something like, so do you care about the rates or do you care more about the monthly payment? and I'm gonna get them over onto the monthly payment, because if I can get them off of the rate and onto the monthly payment, then I can move them forward. So I
Like that
want,
idea.
yep, I
Sure.
want to shift them off of that. And then if anyone ever tells me that they want to wait, I'm gonna go with, oh, wow, okay, tell me what's up with that. Because it's not really an objection yet. I don't know why. And once I know why they want to wait, I want to wait till the rates come back down again. I want to wait. Like I used to hear people all the time, I want to wait. And when I found out the why, I'd be like, so you're gonna wait 10 years or longer? Because that's how long the last cycle was. Like, are you gonna put your life on hold for 10 years and not do this? And then I would dig into it. I'm like, do you realize what a house was worth 10 years ago versus what a house is worth today? Like everybody who would have said, I wanted to wait 10 years ago, they'd be kicking their butts. Houses have way more than doubled in 10 years. Way more than doubled. So,
And know the appreciation in your market.
yeah,
Because
exactly.
yeah, know the appreciation in your market. So like in Nashville, it's like, it's been 20%, but it's not that high anyway. And I'm like, even, get them down to what their monthly payment should be, what they would like it to be. But with the appreciation, be like, this is how much you will lose out if you wait for the market to shift.
If you look at also another interesting stat to pull for first-time homeowners, look at the net worth of renters. You can Google it, and the net worth of owners. And it's astounding what the difference is. Literally will like drop your socks off. Home ownership is the path for most people to build net worth. It just is. So, but I would, if someone said anything about the rates, so the next time we're on the rates, toss that out. Are you concerned with the rates? You're more concerned about what the monthly payment's going to be. All right, perfect. We should get together and talk, and then just close for the appointment.
I like that. I wish I'd have known that 150 calls ago.
So I'm going to leave you guys with this. The rule is the rule of 3. And I never know what the objections are going to be. I don't know what they're going to be when I'm making my phone calls, but whatever script or thing it is that we're doing is going to naturally toss up. It's going to handle these, but it's going to toss up those. And whatever those are, once you hear it 3 times from 3 different people, it's you, not them. It's a good rule in life anyway. It's you, not them. You got to figure out what it is you're saying, or how to handle it, or how to address it up front so it's a non-issue. The best is when you can figure out how to address it up front, because it just wipes it out and they don't even think about it. The second best is being able to handle it with the response. And then once you have your response and you figured out what it is, put it down on a note card, a piece of paper. If you're doing computer and it has the spots for the objections, put it in there, but put it somewhere where it's in front of your face so that you don't have to think about it anymore. Like mine was a tabbed book that would have said, in this instance, would have said rates. And if someone said, I just would have turned the page, because I was just on the phone anyway. Just would have turned the page to rates, and then I would have just read the script. All right, out of curiosity, is it the rate that, and then I would go right into it. And then if they
Hey.
had the next objection, right into it.
I have a quick question, as I know we're late on time, but I had a lady in Sunday school that said, she said, so you can do this and that. I said, oh yeah, I've got so many more tools in my bags than I did 2 years ago. And she said she wanted to buy a multi-generational house for her and her daughter. And she lives in I think she's renting in a condo. I thought she owned it, but she's renting in it. And so can I use the same thing with her? Well, if I could find you something within your monthly budget now, would you be willing to look at it?
I would absolutely do that. I did
Okay.
that all the time with renters. I'm like, if you could get the same thing, but be an owner instead of a renter, are you interested? Well, can that happen? Yeah, let's talk.
Call
So
her back.
there you go. There you go. All right, you guys. So rule of 3, get on it. Congrats, Craig, on your person. See if you can get him in front of Mr. GP when Mr. GP gets back. And Laura, Laura left. Congratulations, Laura, for lead generating. Kay, have a good time. Liz, sorry you couldn't talk. Bree, congrats on your closings. Keep it up, girl.
And Craig, if you get this guy's name, I have a guy that wants to build a barn dominium. So send me
Okay.
his name. Maybe I can get you some business in Texas.
Cool. I definitely will. Bree, before we go, I remember you mentioned something about Urban League. We were talking last week on a meeting.
Mhm.
You said to go to them and ask something. I can't remember what it was.
So they, a lot of government and builders will partner with them. And we have some programs that they want to help diversify the number of minority developers.
Okay,
And so the people that are mentoring them are part of the Urban League, as well as people that want to be mentored. So
got
that is a good pipeline, to get involved in that committee. And, you get to know the private and public partnerships that are going on in the city.
Okay,
So I just joined so that I can have a seat at the table.
gotcha. All right.
So are there in that urban league, are there people with real estate agents licenses?
Yes.
Would mentoring a real estate agent person or getting the word out to other real estate agents that there's mentoring available through this, would that be something that you could tap into?
Oh, yeah.
If
And
you-
also NARAB, the National Association of Real Estate Brokers. We have a mentorship there too. And so I'm officially the only candidate, so I will be the vice president. I scared away, I guess, the other candidates.
Good job.
I'll be the vice president starting 2023 and then the president in 2024.
That is
Gotcha.
so flipping awesome. It
I was a
really
part of
is.
NARAB here, but ours just isn't that strong.
Ours wasn't that strong. I joined some committees and just be that change agent
Gotcha.
because it puts you at the seat at the table.
Yeah.
So the cool thing with this, so I sold a bunch of houses, but I was just Gina Hansen that sold a bunch of houses. And I never did understand the importance of being on the board, because everybody in our board up in Washington State they were like, I don't know, they were ancient and they didn't sell real estate anymore. And that's all they did was just sit on boards. And I mean, it's cool that they gave back, but it was always this weird thing, like the realtor of the year every year was somebody who hadn't sold a house in 15 years. I'm like, how can you be realtor of the year? You don't do anything, other than you're on a bunch of boards. But then I got hoodwinked into being on communications, I think it was. And as soon as I got on, I was there like a week or maybe a month. I mean, I was just a tiny bit of time. The guy who was the chair said, hey, look, I brought you on because I'm leaving. Will you please chair this? All right, I will chair it. Once I did that, all of a sudden I was somebody. It was weird. I mean, it was really weird, but I had like this weird community respect amongst realtors because I was the chair, and it was just weird. It gives you some, I don't know, some strange validity when you do that. So I highly encourage you. All of a sudden people are like, oh, this person's a name and I need to do business with them and blah, blah, blah. I'm telling you, it was just very, very weird, but it does have a lot of validity. For some reason it carries weight. Great. Go nail it,
It's
And I also-
prestige.
I joined the
Yeah.
legislative committee. I'm just on the committee for the National Association of Realtors here. And I literally get to hear all the zoning things before they get done. And we get to help shape it because our lobbying for NAR is just so massive.
Mhm.
And they need more people of diverse thinking
Mhm.
because it affects, like the 10-year cycle, 10, 20 years out.
Yep. Also for me, it was great for recruiting because I was on, what's the one for the kids? I'm like, I am way too old to be on this,
Yeah.
whatever it was. And they're like, no, we want you there. So I did the kid one, I did communications. I did a bunch of stuff like that. And, it just, I don't know, you become a name. It's very, very weird. Like Kay said, it has this strange prestige to it that I didn't expect. And, was weird, but that's okay. I'll ride that one. Like, put me on that wave. I will ride that wave. You want me to ride that wave? I will ride that wave. So.
I
yeah,
have another quick question for Bree, if you have time, Bree.
Yeah.
I spoke to a lady, and she was a person of color, and she told me about something like the Urban League. But it's like when I said, oh, I'd like to get involved, she looked at me funny because I wasn't a person of color. I don't know how to approach that. Can you help me?
Yeah, no, I mean, whether it's NARAB or Urban League, it's just people that have like-minded vision. You
Mhm.
don't have to be of a certain skin tone.
Okay.
So,
I didn't
old
know.
only-
And she just looked at me so funny. It's like I thought, oh, I've stepped into something I didn't know what I was
No.
getting into.
and some people don't realize it even though they're in it. If you find the name of the organization, I can help you kind of word it for you. But I
Okay.
would definitely encourage you to be a part of it.
Okay. Thank
I've known men in women's council and
Yeah.
they're completely welcomed. I was old on the youth, whatever that, I don't know what the hell that thing was, the youth thing, but
young realtors or young professionals, I bet.
yeah, YPN, that's what it was.
YPN, yeah.
So I was a big part of YPN and I was 55, I think at the time. And which is not Y, maybe P and N, but definitely not Y. And it's always welcome, like all the guys that were on the Women's Council, it was really cool. We appreciate and adore that somebody cares, that didn't live it, but still gives a crap. That's awesome. So yeah, I highly encourage you to do it anyway. And if she doesn't have an open up of mind, go above her.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah,
All right.
I was in my mid-40s and the Young People's Network of our chamber invited me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're still in your mid-40s, aren't you? Aren't we
I wish.
all?
I feel better than when I was in my mid-40s though.
For me, I was talking to my son because he's 30 and I'm like, you're pretty much at peak, 30 to 40 is like peak. He's 32, I think. And he's faster than me and all his reactions, and he's going to be, and he's a better driver and all those kinds of things. And that's awesome. I'm like, and I fully acknowledge that. I'm like, but I didn't realize that as you get older, you get this really cool wisdom that I always wanted. And I didn't know it was just a life thing that, if you're always seeking and you're open-minded and you're learning based, you'll get wisdom. You just will. And I love it. I love this age for my wisdom. It's very cool. So I like every decade that I've been in as I'm getting ready to face the next decade. And I'm very, very grateful for them. They're all cool. They all come with cool stuff. So
Yep.
All right, y'all. Happy Baby Friday. I will see you tomorrow. Oh, tomorrow, I need one brave person that would love to kind of see the trajectory of, kind of see the trajectory of their life. So if someone wants to do that, just be prepared and we'll walk through it. It's a really cool thing. You guys will like it. So
I'm going to try and be on.
cool. All right. Bye, Christopher.
Say bye.
Hi, Christopher.
He's going to.
Mwah. Mwah. What
Oh,
a
yeah.
precious little boy. Bye-bye.
Say bye.
Bye-bye.
Have a good day.
Y'all.
You too.